Well, they say third time lucky. Today's Thursday, it's the 17th of April, it's 2025, and we're in Palmanova. We're just in the top end of Palmanova. Perhaps don't recognise it. We're in front of Majorca behind us, big supermarket. But we're here because Anita's going to have her hair done, and she's going to the new salon, which is here. It's called Roots Hair Salon by Charlotte, and well, she's given me about an hour and a half, and that's what she looks like before she goes. So
see you later.
See you later. So that's the Majorca supermarket there, and a big car park here, which, well, they have got barriers, and barriers have been down, we've seen them down, but they're not down at the moment, so we've just come in to park, and Anita's gone in to have her hair done. And well, Palmanova's down this way. This is the Zafiro Palace. Not sure if that's open yet. There's some cars parked there. It's still a bit nippy. Supposed to be about 20 degrees, I think, today. But still not quite as warm as I would be expecting. Although I think in Pollença, temperatures are predicted to be up to about 25 degrees today. So maybe it's just that we're on the wrong side of the island. Sometimes I do actually walk down past the Baleares. There used to be the Hotel 33 up there. It's now called the Mimosa. It has been called the Mimosa Park in days gone by. I should be able to get my steps in today while Anita's having her hair done, if she's going to be an hour and a half. Could be a long one, folks. So I'm walking in the direction of Magaluf. I'm getting a bit busy and a bit noisy. That's the Zafiro. This, as far as I can remember, this is the only 5-star hotel in Palmanova. There's a couple in Son Caliu, which joins on to Palmanova, but that might be the only 5-star hotel. And it's open now, so that's a good sign. It's not quite, well, I suppose Easter starts now. Today's Monday, Thursday. It's actually a public holiday in Spain. Well, not, it's all of Spain. In Palma, Mallorca, and the Baleares. It's one of the days that the local government can elect as a public holiday. Although we went to one of the big supermarkets yesterday and they said they were open today, so I would expect most shops to be open. And then tomorrow's Good Friday, that's a public holiday, and I'll expect most shops to be closed. And then Easter weekend, and Monday is also a public holiday. So yeah, this is it. This is what I'm seeing really is the official start of the holiday season. The newspapers are reporting a 92% opening of hotels for Easter. We've just driven up and I've seen the Palmanova Palace isn't open yet, so not sure when they're opening. All hotels are open. And they're looking at a 70% occupancy. Nice villas on that side. I could go down, like little routes down towards the sea there, but I'm going to carry on walking. We do have a beautiful blue sky today, but there is a little breeze. This is the back of the Aquasol Hotel. It's been open for some time. Always admire their gardens, all nicely manicured. Get very conflicting results when you read about how busy it's going to be in Mallorca. So far this year, more than 4% up on last year for the winter tourism. So that's a considerable increase, really. And we look at flights, the number of seats, not necessarily the number of flights, but the number of seats has increased quite significantly. So potential for a lot more people to be coming. I guess one issue we've got to take into consideration is the turmoil the world seems to be in economically. And I read today that they're a bit concerned here in Mallorca that there might be a knock-on effect with the number of American tourists that arrive on the island. That's one we've been watching being built. And all done now. Well, regardless, we'll be here. Now, we have started to formulate some of our plans for the summer. We're not finished yet, but our immediate event is Angela's coming very soon, so we'll start to see her on the videos in a week or two's time. She arrives. I hope she's getting packed now. And we were lucky to have Lara and her family over for a very unexpected weekend. We were over in England. We had a fantastic time for 10 days or so. And we saw Lara and she said, oh, do you mind if we come over for the weekend? So yeah, so they found some flights. They had an interesting journey though, because the flights, there had to be certain times to fit in with their work and other commitments. So I actually flew from Bournemouth and then back to Southampton, which involved leaving a car at one airport and catching a train to get to the other airport. But it all worked, and they had a great time. We had a great time. So the road down there that leads to Magaluf, just beyond the traffic lights there, and you can see the crane. That's the construction that was causing a little bit of a fuss last year. Some people were saying it's going to be very noisy. In the end, I don't think anybody noticed it. It's right behind Baleares, but if you're in the pool area of Baleares, you can't even see it, and the children will be making more noise than any workers down there. So yeah, I don't think that was anything at all. At the bottom of the row here, we've got the Sol Palmanova, the 1 and 2. I believe they're open now. This is the Justice of the Peace. Yeah, there's a theatre here, and there's also the post office. I can cross over. This road's actually called Avenida de Baleares. That's the Baleares Apart hotel block. Very popular. And when I speak to people who've stayed there, they're quite happy with the facilities. It's actually Baleares Apart Hotel 3 stars sup, and I did a video about the number of stars and what they mean. They're all about what facilities they have, and there are only 5 stars, so you can't have a 6-star hotel. But what they do to create the 6-star is to put something like sup above after it, which means superior. It means it's very good 3-star accommodation. And just stopped here because across the road there's a path there that will take you down to the beach. So if you in the Casa Baleares, this is one way you can go to get down to the beach there. There's a car park, that's one I sometimes use. This is the Lunamar. It's actually part of the Sol Melia group. They're not open yet, so I guess they'll be opening very soon. Another one that's very popular. I'm just going to cross over because it's a bit chilly on this side. It's Casa Baleares. There's a path that leads pretty much to nowhere. That's it down there. That's where the work is at the end. And I have been down there last year or whatever when people were concerned about the noise, and you don't really notice it. This is the other Zafiro hotel. This one's just called the Zafiro Palmanova. It's a 4-star hotel. You can see it's open. People coming in, going in there. A little supermarket just outside. And across the road we've got the Baleares Nova apartments. You can get to it on this side or the other side, and if you've got difficulties with steep slopes, then maybe this side's the easier one to get into it. This is the Zafiro look, and as I said, probably the noise you can hear is children rather than anything else. Just noticing the van across the road, Alan Graham Charity for Kids. It's one of the charities that in various ways we've supported over the years, different organisations that I've been involved with. And good to see that they're still doing their charitable work, looking after kids who are somewhat disadvantaged here on the island. Next we're coming to over there is the Senses Rossa del Mar. Nearly there. It's a gated area, so it's not somewhere we can go into. But this is the Rossa del Mar, and spoke to lots of people who've stayed there, and they're quite happy with the hotel. Years and years ago, my family actually stayed there. Just outside you've got the spa. If you've forgotten your beach towel, you can buy one here. Straight ahead is Torrenova, which Eduardo keeps reminding me it's Torrenova. To the right is Magaluf, to the left is Palmanova. So Palmanova is where I'm going today, so that's where I'm heading. And that's Pappy's pub, very popular sure what they're doing as far as live music's concerned this year, but they've always had live music. And it's the Santander if you need some cash. The bank. So that leads you up to Terranova. So pretty much everything this way is Palmanova. This beach we're going to now is called the San Matias, and that's a private apartment block there, which is right on the beach. Got a very privileged position. San Matias Apartments. Just to give you an idea of the time, it's only about 20 past 10 in the morning. I think Anita's appointment was at 10 o'clock. Charlotte was just finishing off someone. So we have got lots of holiday makers here from the UK. We've seen quite a few around. The schools have broken up. They're on holiday now for Easter, and schools here haven't broken up, or hadn't broken up. So today is the first day of the school holidays for most of the Spanish children. Local schools here, state schools that is. The private schools I think would have broken up last week. And well, it looks like the Cantina Sol's now open. Things may look a little bit closed because it's so early in the morning, but all the chairs are out there. And I would imagine that most of the places up there, as we pan round, this is the San Matias beach, and well, you can see it's now all ready and occupied. There's the parasols, pretty much all out. There's one or two parasols still to go on the top, but people are already using the sunbeds there. And this is the promenade. Considering it's only just after 10 o'clock in the morning, there's quite a few people out having their morning walk like me. There's the showers, and they're all functioning. Well, this looks like the wet ground's wet around it. It's been raked. There's some decking there. This is the first aid centre and the toilets. Some men working on those. Not sure what's going on. There's a little garden here. I sometimes come and have a sit there and take in the shade. Steakhouse. Well, looked as though there was something going on there a few weeks ago, but it's been pretty closed up at the moment. Nobody working on it. And at the moment there's no lifeguard. So I'm not sure whether that's because we're early or whether there is no lifeguard yet, but they will for sure be appearing soon. The decking's now out to get people down more easily to the sea, and this really big wooden area here, that decking area, that's going to be for, I think, people with reduced mobility, so that wheelchairs, pushchairs, and some shade can be provided for them. So CISO's been open for quite a while now. It's not open yet, it's too early. It's getting ready. And San Matias Beach Hotel, that's been open for some weeks already as well. And moving on, there's people already sitting around the pool at the San Matias. This is where Sean and Claire stayed last year. And Shauna sent me a countdown, so it's 11 weeks before they come again, and this time they'll be staying, whoa, the wind, we'll be staying at the Santa Lucia, which is Shauna's preferred holiday hotel, I think, particularly because she was missing, I think, the aqua aerobics. Well, it is windy. I'm going to lose my hat if I'm not careful. Just get a little bit of an update now on the progress being made on what used to be the F&C barbecue restaurant. It's going to actually be called Turtle Beach. And I saw a post on Facebook saying there was a Turtle Beach Palmanova and a Turtle Beach Magaluf, and they're both going to be opening around about the same time, and the question on everybody's lips is which one's going to be open first. So when we've been looking at it before, there's been lots of people working and progress being made. Well, we're starting to see a bit more of that progress now. The floor's all done. Much of the building work is done, still finishing off there. Some rendering to do. And they've got to fit the place out, set it all up. So, yeah, still a few days more of work to be done on that, but definitely getting there. Back to the Santa Lucia. And we still do have the Spanish pensioners here on holiday. Last time we came, they'd just about put this shaded area up, but now they've actually got the toys. The toys that go on the sea are out and ready. There's lots of boats out. You can perhaps see the movement of the water. The wind's blowing away from the sea. It's quite dangerous. Anyone with a lilo, it used to be very popular. People would lie on the surface on a lilo, and when the wind's blowing out, it can be very dangerous. So there's they look new. I don't remember them like that last year, but we've got the pedalos with the slides. They're quite tall, quite high. I can imagine in a little bit of a choppy sea they're going to be rocking and rolling. And there's all the people at the Santa Lucia enjoying the sunshine. And being behind the glass there, they're not getting the breeze that I'm getting, so I'm guessing they're having a great time enjoying the sunshine. Water's basically clean, but there's obviously a bit of turbulence in there, making the sand make it a little bit coloured there, but pretty much it's looking lovely. If you're here on the 26th, which is a week on Saturday, they're going to be celebrating St George's Day. St George's Day is the 23rd, but celebration will be on the Saturday, and there's lots of things going to be going on. Actually celebrated quite a lot over the island as Book Day. Well, in Palmanova they're going to be celebrating it as thanks to the Brits, together with that as well. So lots of things, markets and music, entertainment. And it should be lots of fun. Another thing I saw advertised in the Mallorca Daily Bulletin today was that on the same day, how this is going to work, the girl from the Mallorca Files is going to be giving a little talk or question and answer with Jason Moore, who's the bulletin editor, and that's open to the public and it's free of charge. You can ask me now, where is it? I've forgotten. You have to have a look in the Daily Bulletin. Just going past the Chinese restaurant, but this is the Diana Beach Club, and you can see lots of people taking advantage to have breakfast or even an early drink. It's definitely a bit early for drink. I'm sure when Angela's here we're going to be down here again. One of her favourite places, of course, is the Barbuda. She's busy setting up its tables for the day. Oh, I've just remembered where the talk by the girl from the Mallorca Files is. It's at the Mallorca Country Club, which actually is a little bit out of the way for tourists because it's along a road in Santa Ponsa where the golf club is. Here's the kiosk called Chiringo on the beach. And they've got toilets there. And then the Zell, we did actually meet somebody on the flight back. They were from South Wales, and they're staying here at the Zell Hotel. Hope they're having a great time. Certainly got a wonderful position overlooking the beach, and the parasols, well, they've become all hairy this year. I think we had a few hairy ones last year, and they've all become hairy ones this year. Very tropical. And then we've got these fantasy beds. There you go, there's the Zell Besso Beach. That's the hotel Rafa Nadal is actually involved with. And he's opening more of those in different parts of the world. I think the latest one was in the Dominican Republic. Another first aid post. Not sure when these are opening. It says May on there. And these are the toilets, which may be not open yet if the first aid place isn't open. On the beach, got another Chiringo beach bar. And the park, this is where Indian Freya like to come when we're down in Palmanova. Well, the wind's really catching everything here. The signs at Paradise Beach are getting blown away. They're going to have to be careful there. Need some sandbags to hold them down. Some exercise groups on the beach doing their activities. And there's the bus. It's the last few days, well, it's not just the last few days, but the traffic has been quite horrendous on the roads. And it just takes one accident or one bit of roadworks and it causes the bottleneck and everything gets tanked up behind them. and can't really blame it on tourists at this time of the year because there's so few. We've given another month or two, there'll be a lot of tourists, and the renter cars have been arriving on the island, so there will be more traffic. But, it's definitely something the government has been working on, but continues to need to do more. So on the motorway that leads from the airport into Palma, they have actually opened a new lane, hopefully to ease some of the traffic there. And now there's 2 lanes that drive round to go onto the ring road that goes around the outside of Palma. And at the moment there's a 60 km/h restriction on much of it because of the roadworks that are going on. Those roadworks are not finished. Still need to do some resurfacing. That work tends to happen at night time, so they close the motorway from Baleares, but around about 10 o'clock till 6 or 7 o'clock the next morning, and they get on with the work through the night, doing it stage by stage. Well, one thing that Easter brings is the volleyball tournaments, and lots of volleyball nets out waiting for the teams to come out and practice. And it's beachvolley.community. Just 17 degrees Celsius it says on the pharmacy across the road. So it's a public holiday, but all the shops pretty much are open here in Palmanova, and certainly the bigger stores in Palma are open as well. Tomorrow in Palma it could be a different thing. I think Good Friday we'll see a lot of shops closed in Palma. That's the Tropico. Went past the other day and they were just getting ready to open, and now clearly they're all open. Lots of people sitting by the pool up there, embracing the sunshine. Just coming up to McDonald's. Across the road from McDonald's is Nova Etapa, which is certainly going to be my preference. But I'm not actually going to go that way. I'm going to walk around the headland. You might have noticed I'm doing a counterclockwise walk today. For a change. This block is private apartments. Again, one that's been here forever, as far as I'm concerned. And, well, such a prime location overlooking the beach here. No big waves because the way the wind is blowing, it's blowing offshore. You can see the flag blowing there. Just indicates the wind direction. Just got a few steps to go up now. The wind is helping to blow me up actually. Beautiful view down over the sea there. And I do like it when the sun is shimmering off the surface. But to see the wind blowing the water. I'm just holding on to my hat at the moment. Feel it's going to get blown away. I think if I get around the corner a little bit, it'll be a bit more sheltered. Whew. This is the little doggy beach. So from now on till, I suppose, November, dogs are not supposed to be on the main beaches, just certain assigned beaches. So this is one that has been designated Canine Beach. Over the bridge. We come to the third beach. It's Carregador. You go up the steps, you have to go down some steps. So yeah, this particular walk around here does involve steps, so just be aware of that. But you don't have to come this way, you can take a little shortcut just round Ciro's, and that will just bring you out by McDonald's. This is Ciro's in front, by the way. A restaurant. I was just looking up at the trees, just seeing how they were being blown around. And then next to that we've got the apartment block, which we just walked around, and they're scaffolding all the way up, so there's a lot of work going on there. And a useful point of interest is that there are public toilets here which are free, and they're not open all year, but they're open now, and they will be for all through the summer. Supermarkets are now open across the road. So yeah, it's now back to the normal summer season. That's the Aqua Beach Hotel. I don't know if that's a new sign on the side, but it looks very swish. Some new flags flying on the roof. Next to the Hive La Colmena. You can see all the parasols and beds are out all along here. Let me show you some of the restaurants. So I think they're all open now, or at least they will be later on today. You've heard the name Il Chiringo along the way. This is another Il Chiringo. Bistronomic next to the Portico. This is Max's. We're going to have to come here. Might have to bring Angela to Portico. Give Max a bit of support. This is the LA American Diner. Oh, there's Max. How are you? All right? Good. Doing my videos, yeah. See you later. That's Max. Known him for many, many years. He had a restaurant in Port Al's when we lived there. We used to do a great Sunday roast and fish and chips and all sorts of things. This is Rossini's. Again, they might look closed now, but they'll be opening up later on as the day progresses. The Thai Beach Saffron, nice Indian restaurant. Tobacconist always open. No, say nothing about that one. And then My Tapas. And again, all of these places will be open a little bit later on. Top Frutti for your ice creams, your frozen yogurts, and La Cantina, which we haven't been to yet. So many places. And when you're on a diet like me, when you're watching more carefully what you eat, one of the things that tends to suffer is we don't go out quite as often as we used to. People say, well, you could have a salad. I do. But, I just have to be very careful. Anyway, the progress has been good and the determination's been there all the way along, and I've had lots of encouragement from loads of people. It's a Sunset Bar, Oceana. I did call in there for a coffee, and I think it might be on our list of a place to visit. Jolly Stars. Tucker Beach. And the kebab station. Did go to the Mitre a few weeks ago with the lads. Crossover. So the sign up there actually says that the day of the books is going to be on the 19th of April. That's this Saturday. So they're separating it from the St George's Day by a week. So down here there'll be lots of things going on this Saturday for the book day. So see all different things going on along the front. Another first aid station at the end there, and people don't always recognise the fact that there is a little port here in Palmanova. It doesn't have any of these mega yachts in, but there are a lot of smaller vessels. I'm just looking across the road here. This is that's Pizzetta. Not sure if that's going to be the name, but they've been doing work for weeks and weeks on this, including knocking down trees, and it looks as though progress now is being made and they'll be wanting to open up as soon as possible. Well, I've just spotted a bench which I think's got my name on it, so I'm going to sit down for a bit and enjoy the view. Well, Anita says she's got about 20 more minutes, so I think I might start making my way up now. Such a lovely view, but it's actually a little bit chilly here. Cool. Just a strong breeze. to get my legs back in motion. I've just been reading a little bit of news. One thing that caught my eye in the Daily Bulletin was saying that from last Saturday, I think it was, it's banned to import cheese, ham, cooked meats, things like that. Even sandwiches. So you're not allowed to take a cheese sandwich from Mallorca to the UK anymore. The reason for the ban is to do with foot and mouth disease in mainland Europe. Just came past Besiki, we had a lovely meal there the other night. And so be careful. There's actually a £5,000 fine, and your food, whatever it is, will be confiscated. I remember years ago, we used to buy cheese in England and bring it back here. I don't do that anymore. But there are some really nice cheeses here, and there's obviously lots of restrictions. There are some exceptions. Apparently you can take chocolate back, so you have to substitute your cheese for chocolate. Same number of calories, I guess.
You want that one?
It's Cantoni, where sometimes we stop off for coffee. I just need to call into the pharmacy here to get my medication. Well, that's me done with my medication. Myself a little bag of tricks there. It'll keep me going for another month. Setting up this Cayuco on the other side. Normally when we need to go to the hairdressers, we park in the car park across the road, but she was at the new salon today, so I've got to walk up. And one thing we did notice as we walked past, this has changed. This is called Dragon Sushi now, and it's a buffet libre. So you just pay your money and eat what you want, I suppose. Was scallop before, but didn't seem to be very successful in that situation. Excuse me while I redistribute things. I'm now carrying something. I've got no pockets to put my things in. Oh well. So I've got to walk up now towards the hotel. Baleares, Mimosa. Just show you a couple of hotels on the way. So that's the Cafe Palmanova across there, and that's the car park we normally use, but I've got to walk all the way up to the top of here now. Get a few more steps in. area, La Cartucha. This is the centre here on the left for the taxis. So when you make a phone call and you book a taxi, the calls go through there. They don't have an office, so it's not somewhere you can call in and book a taxi. It's all done by phone. So this is the Baleares Palmanova. Gets very confusing actually when people say that, oh, we're staying at the Palmanova hotel. There's actually several hotels called Palmanova in Palmanova, so you need to qualify it. So this one's the Baleares Hotel Palmanova. A whole load of people just arriving with their distinctive blue glass verandas, and you can look at the flags there which are blowing in the wind. I'm going to be lucky not to lose my hat. I don't think I've known a year or such a long period of time when we've had so much really strong wind. And I did say in one of the videos recently about the government suggesting that we have wind turbines, and how I thought that was a bit of nonsense really, because we don't get sufficient wind. Well, we have recently. That's the local Catholic church, and they have a little room by the side of it, so Anita's used that for rehearsals in the past, and the church, she's had a choir singing there on many occasions, particularly around Christmas time. And just to prove a point, here's another Hotel Palmanova. This one actually is called the Palmanova Palace, so it does have another word tagged onto the end. It's the sister hotel really to the one we've just walked past. But this one's well, always has been a little bit more upmarket. It's 4-star, but I think they're probably both 4-star now. So this is the Palmanova Palace, and I would expect them to be opening fairly soon. Gardens here. There's not much of a land to it actually, because this is it in the front of it. This is the front. Behind the swimming pool, it's quite small and leads up to a big wall, sort of built into the hill. So not great as far as that's concerned, but other than that, not too bad a hotel. Another bar here, Bar Bolero. These are ones particularly frequented by locals. But you're welcome. All up to the left is residential. Some quite nice houses up there. So you need to go over the hill to get back down to the beach on the other side. I found the block in front quite interesting. It's sort of pointed. It's got a very narrow end at this end, and it sort of widens out as it goes up. Well, I think I'm going to run out of battery, so I'll catch up with you when I get near to the top. And Anita. Well, I've made it up to the top. And this is where the Baleares Hotel Mimosa is. This is one that used to be the Mimosa Park, and before that, many years ago, it was the Hotel 33. And now I'm on the road where I started, just a little bit further up, and this one leads you down into Magaluf. Mopeds are out. And this is the entrance to the Baleares Mimosa. Looks like some people have just arrived. Just lots of space here in the garden and the pool. Can't see anyone swimming. It's a cash machine. These all get closed up during the winter time and sealed, and they now come to life. And I think probably you just have to be careful, make sure you know what you're being charged and whether that's acceptable. You can get down again to the beach that way. If you're staying at the hotel, there is a gate at the bottom, so you don't have to walk this way. And this is the Eroski supermarket, which is where we started the video, and where Anita's new salon is. So the girl who does her hair has moved, got her own place now. That's right outside a supermarket, so I guess that's a good position. And there's a big car park right outside. And that's the Zafiro Palace Hotel in front there. Well, I'm going to check to see how Anita's getting on. Well, Anita's had her hair done. And
Charlotte always does a really good job.
she's very happy with that. I'm very happy with that, and we can make our way home now. So thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.